Hello everybody. Happy Friday. It's been a few weeks. My name's Alice, and if you're joining us now or joining us later, we are in for a 45-minute flow. We are going to twist. We're going to connect our breath to our bodies, especially we're still in this holiday weekend down here. Hi, good morning everybody. Building new traditions, and things are feeling a little bit disjointed for many people, I know. So we're going to take the time to take care of our own hearts right here. So glad that you could join. So we're going to get started in a wide-legged child's pose position. Oh, so nice to see you. Yes, you're in. All right, wide-legged child's pose, or wild-legged child's pose, that works too. So that you can welcome yourself into your body. All right. So your knees are nice and wide, your heels are close together, and let your heart melt down towards the mat. Let your elbows be heavy so that there's no sense of having to hold on to anything here. And so whether you're joining us and it's 11 a.m. here on the West Coast or a little later in your day, I want you to acknowledge everything that's come before you landing on your mat here. Acknowledge any distractions that might pop up over the next 45 minutes or what's awaiting you on the other side of this practice. By allowing yourself to be here in this moment as you take an inhale and feel your back body inflate, and take an exhale and let your bones heavy out of your mouth. Again, a deep breath in, and to bring your body right into your mind on here on the mat, you take a sigh. And staying in your child's pose position, start to wiggle your fingertips towards the right side of your mat. It might even feel nice to stack your right palm and hold on to your left wrist. And you don't have to muscle anything here. You can let the left elbow stay heavy and use the breath to create some space and opening from the left armpit down to your left hip. And then you'll walk yourself fingertips off the left side of the mat. The right hand might hold onto the left wrist for a little bit of added leverage, and get really curious what it's like when you're using your breath mindfully to inflate, to create space on the right side of your body, and then to let it go, to move into that space. Okay, bring yourself back through center, please. And you'll extend your palms a little bit more forward, a little bit more actively. And tent the fingertips. Wrap your outer armpits down and see the kind of length you can create here as you pin the sitting bones back and extend your arms forward. And with that length and strength in the side of your torso, peel yourself up to hands and knees, tabletop position. You'll walk your knees in a little bit so that you're stacking your knees underneath the hip bones. Right here in this neutral spine, pull the collarbones forward and the shoulder heads roll back. So you're already creating space in the side of the neck and the heart. And being really smooth and gentle with the breath, take an inhale, lift the heart and lift the sitting bones high. And if there's not a lot of range of motion, because it's the first time you're doing that today, exhale, round, puff up the upper back. Be really kind with that. So honor where you are at this particular moment. Inhale, lift the heart and the sitting bones high. And let something go. Exhale, head gets heavy, heart lifts up away from the mat. One more for good measure. Inhale, find your lift. And exhale to round. Take your neutral spine to breathe in. Curl your toes under. Let's hover the knees off the mat. And then here we're calling ourselves into strength pretty much off the bat. Bring a little tiny smile to your face to separate the jaw hinge, to smooth out the cheeks, and then start to breathe into your ribs left and right, laterally here, east to west. Create more room for more breath to get in. One more inhale. And downward facing dog, pedal out the feet. Or take stillness, actually. So rather than go into autopilot, what does your body crave right here? And can you land into that? Right. And you lift your heels and your hips up high. Bring your gaze forward towards your hands. Keep your legs as straight as you can. Start to tiptoe yourself forward towards the top of your mat. With the big toes close or together, drop the heels. Take an inhale, slide your hands up to your shins.
And exhale to fold. In your forward fold, bend your left knee quite a bit and bring your left fingertips tented underneath your forehead or to a block. Right leg stays straight, bring your right hand to your sacrum. Find a long spine, inhale. Pushing the right sitting bone back, exhale, start to take a sneak peek over the right shoulder. Left knee is generously bent. And then if it would feel good, like you're yawning your right arm up towards the sky, do so. It doesn't have to be straight northbound. In fact, we might not have that much stability since the hips are kind of pinned here. Much mobility rather. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, forward fold, let that go. You'll bend the right knee generously. Start to straighten out the left leg, pushing the left thigh bone back. Right foot tented or on a block. Left hand to sacrum. Inhale, long spine. And then exhale, pushing the left thigh bone back, peekaboo, over the left shoulder. Right knee is bent. And then option, left fingertips reach up high. And as you do, feel yourself pushing down through the right hand and lifting up through the left. So feel that opposition. One more. Look down to the mat, bend both knees, exhale, letting it go, forward fold. Sharpen up the legs again, halfway lift, inhale, and let the head heavy below the heart to breathe out. Welcome yourself to your practice. Get nice and tall, inhale, sweep up, strong legs, palms touch overhead. Fill your lungs. Exhale your hands to your heart. And take a moment here, take a beat. Feel the murmur, the vibration of the heart underneath your thumbs. This reminder that we are alive, so connect to that. And connect that even though we're doing a yoga class together through a screen, there's a sense of community far and wide. So let's all hear each other's breath. Take an inhale. Exhale like we could hear each other. Connect to one another. And I wish you a beautiful class of diving back into your heart, of bringing your head back into your body and your body back into your breath, those moments when we forget. All right, take an inhale, arms sweep all the way up. Take a hold of your left wrist with your right hand. Take a bend to the right. Ooh, let it feel sweet. Biceps are back by the ears. Push down through both feet. Inhale, rise back up. Separate your palms. As you turn your pinkies in, head of the arm bones soften. You sit back and down. And you're in powerful pose. So it's not just, I'm going to hang out here. I'm going to show up. Lift the toes. Push your heel down. Feel the pubic bone lift up. The fingertips lift up. Inhale. Squeeze the shoulder blades together as you pull the arms back by your sides, creating this high diagonal with the spine, open chest, open heart. Inhale, come all the way back up to stand. The arms are straight up overhead, the legs are straight. Hold on to the right wrist and side bend yourself to the left. I will do that one more time to come back up through center. Separate the palms, broad through the collarbone, sit back and low, exactly where you left off. Take an inhale to lift your chest up. Sweep your arms back, keep the chest lifted, the crown lifted. Inhale, come all the way back up to stand. The palms touch this time. You can bring the gaze up and dive it forward to a forward fold. So bend the knees as much as you need to keep length in your spine. Find your half lift. Inhale to lengthen. Let's say good morning to our core, or good afternoon. Stepping back to a high plank that is strong. Now, high plank can always be done from your knees. I want you to feel the shoulders above the wrist, pulling the armpits back and down, broadening the collarbones. And then start to draw the frontal hip bones forward a little bit towards the top edge of the mat. So create strength. Pelvis through your core, squeeze your glutes and your legs. And through all of that, be like, hey, thanks body, I can do all of that. Breathe. Breathe. Take one more inhale. Knees to the mat, exhale, gaze slightly forward. Come all the way down onto your belly. On your belly, uncurl the toes and then start to lift up, baby cobra, by squeezing the shoulder blades together. So this doesn't have to do with the gaze or the neck. You bring it back down to the mat on an exhale. We'll do it one more time. Inhale, baby cobra. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Squeeze the glutes. Lift up away from the mat. And exhale, kiss the mat. Come all the way back down. Hands are by the shoulders. Tabletop position. Inhale. To your downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. Feel this out here so that every time you arrive, can you take it as an opportunity not to be like, oh, I'm going to check out for a moment, to really check in and really connect. How do I feel connected? How am I in this particular moment?
Bring your big toes together, lift your hips and heels up high, breathe in. Bend towards your hands. You'll walk up 2 big steps this time to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale to lengthen. And then drape your heart down, your head down, fold. Push down to rise up. You're coming all the way up. You are strong, tall. Hands down to your heart and sit low at the same time. So keep the bum low, but push your heart up towards your thumbs. Inhale. You're twisting to the right. Bring your left hand to the outside of the right thigh and right hand to the sacrum. We're not here long. Push your sacrum back into the right hand and get the crown lengthening away. Inhale. And you twist, peek over the right shoulder. Exhale. Bring the hands back through the heart. You're staying low in your bum. Breathe in. You're twisting left, right hand outside left thigh. Place your left hand to the bony part of the back of the pelvis. Push back in the pelvis, lengthen the heart. Inhale. And take a gaze over the left shoulder. Exhale. Let's keep the bum low this time. Come back through powerful pose. Ooh. Hello, thighs. And exhale, forward fold. Let it go. Take your halfway lift. Inhale to lengthen. Step back to your strong high plank. Feeling that little scoop of the pelvis. Feeling the strength of the legs and the core. Now pull your heart, your collarbones forward above your wrists. Knees to the mat. Exhale, come halfway down. Keep that control of the body or all the way down. You take another baby cobra or you lift your heart up and through. Push down through the feet, lift your thighs up dog. And then scoop up to come up and back to downward facing dog. So feeling the lift from the navel, thigh bones. Land yourself there. Catch yourself here. Connect with yourself here. Your right leg's going to sweep up high and back behind you. Inhale, open your hips to the right at the same time. Bend the knee. And bring it forward, right knee towards the left elbow. Tap or not. Kick it up and back, 3-legged dog. Inhale. Right knee forward towards the nose and step the right foot in between the hands. Right away, the left leg is firm, strong. You rise up, crescent. Pull your shoulder blades together, sweep your arms back, your spine on this high diagonal once again. Keep your upper body as it is, bring your palms together at your heart, inhale. And we're twisting to the right again. So either the left hand outside the right thigh or the left elbow this time. Pushing the palms together if you've got the hands in front of the heart. If you place the hand to the outside, the sacrum gets your right hand here. Then you keep looking over the right shoulder and pulling the right shoulder blade down on your back. If you are collapsing into your right thigh, lift your ribs, lift your low abdomen away from the mat. Start to feel yourself pulling up, create heat from the strength on the inside. Inhale, rise up through center, fingertips reach tall. Frame your front foot as you exhale, you're in a lunge. Keep your left palm to the mat, take a twisting lunge, right arm reaches up. Your exhale, the right hand comes back to the mat. Step it back to a high plank, strong legs, core, upper body, inhale. Knees up or down, you take chaturanga or you come to your belly. Take a back bend that serves you and take an extra little moment to linger there. And you'll go up and back to your downward facing dog. Head heavies below the heart. Feel the strength of your hands. Arrive. So not autopilot, not the down dog that was a moment ago. This particular moment. Take an inhale, lift your left leg up high to the sky. Open your hips to the left at the same time. Exhale, left knee taps towards or to the right elbow. Kick it up and back behind you, inhale. Left knee to the nose and step your left foot in between the hands. Strong right leg. Lengthen the tailbone down as you pull the arms up, crescent. Shoulder blades squeeze in, pull the arms back, ramp the heart forward. You deepen your lunge. Nothing changes, back leg or torso, hands in front of the heart, inhale. Right away this time, lift the low abdomen, turn to the left, and then bring the right hand or elbow outside the left thigh. So by lifting the low abdomen, you've created space to move into. Now breathe here. Once we arrive somewhere, it's not just like, yeah, ta-da, destination. Re-strengthen the right leg, feel the commitment of every inhale to be long, and every exhale to left shoulder is soft, the gaze softly look over, up and over left. Feel the lunge, keep it, spread the left toes. Inhale, the arms reach up. Hands to the mat, exhale. Firmly feel your right palm twisting lunge. Inhale, left arm up. Left palm back to the mat. Charge up the whole body. High plank to inhale. Your choice. Do you go down chaturanga or belly, or do you go downward facing dog? Take your vinyasa if you're flowing. Wherever you are, you breathe. As you head back to down dog, or you settle there, it was the right thing, as long as you're connected. If the head is flirting elsewhere, bring it back. Find your breath, find your body. Be on your mat. Take a deep inhale. Whew, a long exhale. Right leg sweeps up high to the sky once again. Open your hips to the right, bend the knee. Right knee taps down towards the left wrist, nice and low. Exhale. Kick it up and back, breathe in. And your right foot lands in between the hands. If you have a water bottle or block, place it outside your right shin. Warrior two, stamp your left foot into the earth. We're going to reverse. Inhale, up and back with the right arm. You're in your lunge. Exhale, stay reversed, straighten your right leg. Open and tee out your arms. Inhale, move your right fingertips to the front edge of your mat. Hips move back. Keep the right side of your waist long as the right fingertips touch down, either on the object that you placed or on your shin. But you want some kind of contact. So maybe it's the finger pads into the shin or the block, so you have a place to lift up out of. There's a separation between the shoulder blades here. Feel the muscles of the legs hugging up and in. Take a breath in. Soften your face and let the left ribs roll back. A little bit of a twist and opening up of the heart. Left fingertips flow down to your left hip. Bend the right knee. Feel the solid foundation of the right leg. The block or water bottle comes with you as you bring the center of gravity to the right leg. All I want you to do first is pick up the left leg and breathe. So can you arrive here without having to find the full destination, especially at the expense of your breath? Push your right heel into the mat, push your left heel back behind you, and then as the right fingertips push down on a real or imaginary object, lift the left arm up. And then here, don't forget about the crown of your head. Make that the fifth point of a star, lengthening you in all directions. Breathe forward and back. All right, one more deep inhale here. You're going to bend the front knee and land back in your warrior two. Yeah, nail it or don't. It's perfect. Exalt your warrior. Right palm up and back. Trust the length of your breath. Windmill the arms down, back heel high, step back and lower chaturanga or go to down dog. Now you've got a full inhale to lift up the heart. Can you soften your throat here? Keep that softening of the throat, pike up and back in the hips, downward facing dog. Feel your hands, land in, get out any wiggles that you need to get out. Left leg sweeps up high, open your hips to the left, inhale. Left knee, try to tap it towards the right wrist so you're bringing it low. Kick it up and back with no sense of rush, three-legged dog. The left knee pulls in through center, land the left foot in between the hands with your object outside the left shin. You stamp the right foot to the mat, deep lunge in the front leg. We're reversing the warrior, left palm rolls up and back. Stay reversed, straighten your left leg. Right away, hug the muscles up to the bones, open the arms out. You're reaching your left arm forward, hips move back. And then feel your connection point. Left fingertips down, right fingertips up. And then not just that, you've got the grounding of both legs. Hug down through the feet while feeling a sense of uplift of the muscles up towards the pelvis. And there's a lot of musculature here that you can count on. Can you do that? And soften the right shoulder, open the heart up, and let the molars separate at the back of the jaw hinge. Your right fingertips float down to the right hip, bend the left knee, no sense of anticipation. Brand new side, inhale. Land your weight into the left foot. All you do first is pick up your right leg, sharpen both legs and push both heels away from you. And then filling both lungs, lots of lung capacity, extend the right arm up. And then from your belly button, the 5 points of your star, get longer. Crown of your head, fingertips to fingertips, heel and heel. And if that means toppling out, but you're conscious of it, you're connected to that, you breathe and get back in, that's nailing it. It's not getting so stiff that there's no more breath and movement or joy to this pose. All right, just picture warrior two first. Take an inhale. You'll bend your left knee and gracefully or awkwardly land yourself there. Exalt your warrior. Left palm up and back, inhale. The longest exhale you've got here to bring you down, to step you back, and to bring you into your vinyasa or not. You back bend for an inhale. You exhale and lift the hips up and back. Feel the grounding of your heels. Shake your head out. Arrive and land. Notice the sweetness that is your breath, even if it's a little faster. Connect to the catching up of yourself to this practice. Big toes together. Maybe you shorten your stance this time. Lift your hips and heels up high. Inhale. Draw the belly button in. Bend your knees. Your hop, walk, or floating your way up to the top of your mat. Make it light. Find your halfway lift. Inhale to lengthen. Collarbones broaden. Exhale to fold. Bend your knees, low in your seat. You're coming up to your powerful pose. Lighten the toes, arms sweep up. As you take your left arm under the right arm, find your shoulders or your palms. Inhale to inflate the heart. Lift your elbows away from your chest. Lift your left knee. Cross the left leg over the right. Sit low and stand taller in the upper body. So we're not holding our Garudasana for that long. Here's an opportunity to make so much space. Offer the breath where it feels a bit resistant. So as you pull up the elbows and pull the forearms away from the face, can you actually feel that space of the upper back and the shoulders? It needs more breath. Send it there. Rise up, pick up your left knee, pick up the arms, deep breath in. You're sending it back for toppling tree. So start this, squeeze the shoulder blades together, sweep the arms back. You're kind of like in that runner's lunge, that high diagonal. The left foot is simply lifted off the mat. And if this is where you can breathe and feel stable, this is your toppling tree. Otherwise, you explore getting a little bit more parallel with the ground. But again, it doesn't serve your body or how you are this particular day if that takes your breath away or makes you really cranky. All right, look at your right toes and soften them. Take an inhale. We'll go to standing splits from here, fingertips to the mat, left leg lifts up, even if it's just a little bit higher. Take an inhale, lengthen your nose away from your right shin, and left foot all the way back on the mat. Warrior to your left foot, lunge into the right knee. Take your inhale to reverse, up and back. Breathe in. Extended side angle, right forearm lands lightly to your right thigh. Now wait for a moment here. Rather than dump the weight down, push your right forearm down. Lift up away from your right thigh. Left fingertips are going to air guitar down to the mat. And then up overhead, over the short edge of your mat. Using your right forearm to get the strength away from your right thigh, you're creating length on both sides of your body. I want you to start to look over the left armpit. Create that opening up of your chest rather than a caving down. If the right arm wants to play, it can lift off of your thigh. Again, left shoulder, left ribs rolling back. Push down into the outer left foot. Reverse your warrior. Right palm up and back. Windmill your hands down to the mat. Your back heel spins up high and pause. Left knee comes down to the mat this time. Walk your right foot out to the right edge of the mat. Left palm down. Sweep your right arm up and back to inhale. You can stay here or drop the right fingertips down or bend your left knee and hold on to the foot. Feel where the thigh bone and the left palm anchor you to the mat. Get taller from there, inhale. And then let an ease open you up into the twist. Feel this where you feel this. Left hip flexor, quad, maybe somewhere in the brain. And breathe, where that resistance shows up. It's okay to be a little uncomfortable as long as we're there to support ourselves, have our own backs, be tender to our hearts. That's connection. I release the left foot back to the mat. Square your chest down. Pick up the back knee. Send it back to a three-legged dog and open up your hips. Let that go. Make your way back to down dog by stepping the right toes to the mat. And here you make a choice. Do you want to move through this, or do you want to stay in place and breathe? If you're taking a flow, go on your own breath right here. And the answer, again, is always correct. As long as you've asked yourself, how am I and what do I need right now? From your down dog with a head that is heavy below the heart, bring your big toes together. Lift your hips and your heels up high. Inhale, bend the knees, look to the hands, and step your feet up to the top of your mat. Find your half lift. Inhale to lengthen. Keep that length, but let something go to fold. Oh. Powerful pose. Feel the power. Feel your heels in the earth. Push the hips back. Lift the arms up. Inhale. Right arm under the left arm. No ego. Is it shoulders or palms? What feels good? Lift your elbows up away from the chest. Pick up your right knee. You are sitting so strong from the waist down, allowing you to stand taller from the waist up. So we're not here to just hang out in space. Well, maybe we are, and that's okay too. But can you allow yourself to make your time so valuable to feel what you feel and be mindful and send the breath there rather than send the breath to a situation off of your mat? So elbows lift, forearms away from the body. Feel what needs a little bit more TLC and let the breath melt away at the adhesions that are there. Your inhale will lift your knee up and lift your right arms up high. Shoulder blades squeeze together on your back. Send it back towards that high diagonal, almost like a toppling tree. It is a toppling tree. Almost like a runner's lunge. And then exploring your toppling tree, perhaps becoming a little bit more horizontal with the support of your breath. The brain responds to the vibration and the sound of your own breath. So don't be afraid of silence. Take an inhale, look to your left toes. Transition towards the standing splits. Right leg might lift up even just 1 more inch or 1 more degree. That's perfect. Take an inhale, lengthen the spine forward. And now you're lunging your right foot as far back as you can on your mat. Pivot the right foot down into the mat, that warrior 2 stance. You rise up to reverse. Inhale, left arm up and back. Take your exhale, left forearm to left thigh. Take that moment to push down. Create more length on the left side body. Right fingertips down. And then up over, not over your shoulder, but up over your head, over the short edge of the mat. And notice, always surprise yourself, right? How strong you are allows you to go so much deeper. Push and ground through the outer right foot, and boom, your left shin moves forward. You get that ease to open the right lung back space. And then keeping your chest lifting to the wall in front of you rather than the floor. The left arm might decide to join. Might have to a bit more of your obliques. That's the whole point. Breathe. Push down through the outer right foot to reverse your warrior, left palm up and back. And we are windmilling down our hands to the mat, back, knee down. Walk your left foot out towards the left edge of the mat on a diagonal. Your right arm stacked nice and straight, left arm up and back. Right away, even leaving the left fingertips here, you might be like, there's my right hip. Keep that. Or bend the right knee and the left hand's going to gently hold on to the foot. And I say gently because sometimes we have to come back and we're hanging out back here, but we're like, look, I have my foot and it's not comfortable and we're not getting the length on the right side of the waist. So notice if that's the case. The shape is not about what it looks like, but what it feels like. Do you feel and connect your breath to your right hip flexor, your right quad? Support where you are to allow yourself to open into a twist. You'll release your back foot. Square your chest to the mat. This time, walk your left foot back in through center. Pick up your back knee with your gaze forward, proud chest. You're springing forward to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift right here. Exhale, fold, let it go. Come all the way up to stand. Inhale. Back or ankle from its inside edge. Find the twist here. So left hip forward, left shoulder back. Inhale. Try something new, not autopilot today. Kick back and up. And can you maybe start to bring the gaze upward? So change the energy, change the view of this pose, rather than prescribe a place that it has to go. Left hip draws forward, left shoulder back, opening through the space of the collarbones. Take your inhale back up through center. Open your left knee out to the side, sole of the foot to the right leg. Hands to the heart. We just took a back bend. Let's quiet in. Look down towards the tip of your middle fingers. Feel the vibration, the murmur of the heart under the thumbs. And be so kind and thank the communication of the right ankle for all the little tremors here. All the little fast twitch muscles being like, whoa, check me out. Gaze forward, left knee forward, inhale. 2 feet to the mat, have your own back, Tadasana. As if you were placing your hand at the center of your shoulder blades. Get tall, get proud. Feel supported. Just a half flow to clear out that side. Inhale, arms sweep all the way up. Forward fold, exhale to drop out of it completely. Find your halfway lift. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to fold. To come all the way back up to stand. Be with yourself on this side. Right arm down, right palm facing up. It's not like it was on the other side or any other day. Hold on to the foot, knees squeeze in. So push the right thigh bone forward, roll the right shoulder back to squeeze the right shoulder blade closer to the left. Inhale. Find something new to experience with your breath, with your body. Surprise yourself. Kick the right shin back and up. And then maybe the gaze lifts up away from the mat. And maybe that makes you fall out. But rather than coming to a place of frustration or hanging on, can it be okay? Well, this is an edge. This is me trying something new. And this is the practice for off the mat. And you deepen the breath here from a really authentic place, like a place of all the way down to the bottoms of the lungs rather than a superficial sip of air. Inhale, come back up. Open the right knee out to the side, slide the sole of the foot to the inner leg. Left leg is going to support the right foot. Push back in, hands to heart. You can land in once again. You can really drop in. But hey, it's Friday. Sometimes we need to energize, uplift. If there's anything here, nothing that I can cue, but something that you want to take that allows you to bubble out of yourself and expand and uplift, take it here by all means. Wherever your hands are, they come back to your heart. The gaze comes forward. Right knee forward, inhale. Right foot to the mat, 2 arms by your sides. Feel your own hand between your shoulder blades. Feel that support that you have from your own 2 feet. Regardless of what comes before, regardless of what comes after, when you're conscious that you're there. Really nice work, everybody. Take an inhale, arm sweep all the way up. Can you make me really dramatic sigh when you forward fold? Ha, ha, let it go. All the way down. Find your halfway lift. Inhale to lengthen. You're coming back to a high plank position, so strong. Scoop the tailbone away from you. Hip bones move forward towards the short edge of the mat. With that connection from knees or toes, you're coming all the way down onto your bellies. One little baby cobra to lift the chest up. Stay lifted this time, slight tuck to your chin. Send the arms back like a super person. So rather than interlace, just bring your thumbs up, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift your legs up. Fly, balance on the pubic bone, on the tops of the thigh bones. Stay here or bend your knees and reach for the outsides of your feet or your ankles. And then as you kick the shins up, symmetrically broadening, opening through the chest, lift up. You are flying, defying gravity as you anchor down through the pelvis in the mat. One more deep inhale. And exhale, slowly come down towards the mat. Feel your palms by your shoulders. Take a tabletop position, please. And a child's pose, wide kneed, sink the hips back. If there's noise, listen. So rather than try to shush it away or ignore it, listen. Walk yourself back up. Find your tabletop position. Curl your toes under. You're lifting your hips up and back to downward facing dog. Just feel what it's like to have your head below the heart. You do that for 2 breaths, or you take a flow. You take a flow not just because it's an opportunity to, but because you're making a conscious choice to. I am moving through. I am showing up to my strength, whatever it is for you. When we meet back in downward facing dog, you'll bring your knees down onto the mat. You can keep your toes curled under. Start to walk your hands back towards your knees. Walk yourself up so that you are standing on your knees. Your hips are stacked above the knees. Open your arms out to the sides. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. With the open pecs here, bring your hands on either sides of the sacrum. So feel the fleshy part of your upper bum underneath your palms. As you bring the pubic bone up a little bit, it's a little bit of a thrust of your hips forward in space. Shoulder blades together to open and expand up through the front body. You're lifting up through the diaphragm, the chest, the collarbones. And then if it feels rightful, if you have mobility in the back, to bring your hands onto either sides of the heels without the whole hip, the whole architecture going back, do that here. Thumbs are on the outsides. Feel that beautiful external rotation of the shoulders. Wherever you are, can you feel a lift up of the chest? That comes from the strength of lengthening your tailbone down in your legs. If you had your heels one hand at a time, comes back to your low back. Fuel yourself with an inhale to rise up. Uncurl the toes, take a seat, humble your chin, and catch the rebound, catch the kick up. Notice if this is where the brain gets so uncomfortable by the quiet or the noise that it wants to check out. And be tender towards yourself. So you notice that, and then you feel your seat. You feel your breath. And you notice the sensation dissipate or start to pass or lessen. And that's connecting in. It's not avoiding the fact that things can be uncomfortable, because they can be. And they will be. Downward facing dog, please. Let your head heavy here. And then decide for yourself, make that choice if this is going to be the last flow of this class. Find a why and move through it right here. No rush at all, especially on the back bend. Bring your knees down onto your mat after your flow. You can let your hips come down to the mat, and then you're going to extend yourself all the way back down onto your backs with the soles of your feet on the mat. You're going to cross your right ankle over top of your left thigh. Feel here the flexion of the right foot and the ankle pushing into the left thigh. With that resistance, don't use your hands yet. Start to pull your left thigh in. You're resisting with the outer right ankle. You should feel this quite a bit in the outer right hip. And then keep that activation as you interlace the fingers behind the left hamstring.
And some of us, outer hips are so tight, you don't have to do any of that. You could just be right down here and be like, ooh, I feel that. This is juicy. Well, juicy is a good place to be. So breathe where juicy is. If you had the hands interlaced, release the hands, keep the legs as they are. You'll bring the sole of the left foot on the mat. You'll bring the right knee into the chest with the left hand, straighten out your left leg, and then take your right knee across your body for a nice passive, supported by the mat, spinal twist. Let the belly soften. Connect to where you're grounding into the mat. And then you'll bring it back to center, soles of both feet onto the mat. We'll do it the same way on the other side. So cross your left ankle over the right thigh, flex the foot. Feel the outer left ankle push into the thigh. Your hands could be by your side for support, and then pull the right knee in. It's like a tug of war. They're like magnetizing towards each other, but they kind of don't like each other. So push and resist. You'll feel that. Keep that activation and hold on to the back of the right hamstring, maybe, maybe not. Shoulders soften back and down. Breathe to melt. Again, the adhesion, whatever resistance is in the outer left hip. And then keep the legs in the figure four shape. You'll just simply bring the sole of the right foot to the mat. Bring the right hand into towards the left knee. Straighten out your right leg. And you'll take your knee across your body for your passive spinal twist. So passive in that you don't have to have a lot of muscular effort, especially behind the belly. Let yourself be fully supported by your mat, though. And then back through center. You've got a few choices. Hug your knees into your chest, or take a happy baby, soles of the feet up towards the ceiling, the knees in towards your armpits, but feel the length of your spine underneath you. And feel the breath kind of invade through the inner groin. Let a sigh escape through the mouth. And extend your legs all the way out, please, for your final Shavasana. And tuck your shoulder blades underneath you a few times. Wiggle your pelvis, your hips into the mat. And feel the thigh bones rotate out. Shin bones and toes, palms face up. If there is kind of a party going on between the ears, can you let a few sighs escape through the mouth? Not to let it go completely, but to allow the nervous system to know that you are safe and you are here and you've arrived. And connecting here would be so kindly and compassionately listening. To the kick up. Whether it's now a sea of calmer and more space between the thoughts, or a roller coaster ride. It's really these 45 minutes that we had together is not where we achieve the peace. It's a practice of that connection, unless it is where we achieve the peace. In that case, rock on. But it's, did we get out of our ways enough to connect, to keep our brains close to our bodies and our bodies in tune with our breath? Through moments of challenge or moments where maybe we feel bored and we want to check out because the brain has other plans. And it's knowing that for the other 98% of your day, after you finish this class or any other class, that you have those pockets where you can feel your feet, bring your breath back in, connect to your own heart. For those moments that trip us up off of our mats. So for this bold, important work that you do when you are here on your mat, take as much time as you can to keep
marinating in that. So grateful for this community, so grateful for you, for the showing up, for the breath, for doing the work. Have a beautiful rest of your weekend. Namaste.